welcome back to the show, everybody. PC Club is here, and we are lucky because they keep us tech savvy. They offer so many ways to learn about technology.
Good morning.
How are you,
I'm
Gary?
great.
Welcome back
here.
to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How long have you been the president of the PC Club?
Well, technically since January, although I had a little overlap at the end of last year with the outgoing president. But I've been teaching with them for, about a year now. So I've been with the club but president just since January. How
long has the club been around?
Oh, golly, decades. I think way back before my time here in the village. Yeah,
So what's the main mission of the PC Club?
We have three, it's kind of a triad. Our Learning Center teaches classes, and then we have the workshop where people can come in and get help with their PCs and laptops, and then the tax program kind of just rides along with the other two.
Which is so interesting. I want to talk about that a little bit later because you have a massive accomplishment from last year.
We do.
But we're going to hold out and make them wait for the good news. So you have an updated website.
Yes, we did. I'm real proud of it. It was time. It was time for an overhaul. And it needed to be a little bit modernized. So I actually did it and struggled through it myself. But I think we're cleaning up the kinks because there always are some. But it's up and running.
Did you build it on WordPress?
I did.
You did.
I did it on WordPress.
Yeah. That's a tricky one. I do mine myself as well. And
do you?
Yes.
It's very powerful, and but it's really robust and it does a great job.
Yes, and it'll do virtually anything you want it to, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to employing some of the new AI techniques coming up in accessibility in the future.
Yeah, they're kind of making the whole tech world a little bit more user-friendly.
Yes, it's all these plugins that are available now that weren't before, so I'm having fun with it.
So what are some of these emerging tech trends that you are noticing?
Right. Well, first, obviously, AI, and I talked about this last time I was on the show. It's a huge topic and really hard to stay completely on top of. But we teach a class in it. We have a great instructor. And then I talk about it in some of the sort of other classes as well. So AI is one. Cyber protection, which isn't just tech stuff, because there's a lot of scam alerts.
Right.
As we know, we talk about them on our own website, and we talk about them in the Globe. And so I teach a class on that and how to keep safe, because the bad guys are just getting smarter all the time.
Oh, I tell you, and we try to keep our viewers informed also, because there are constantly scams.
Exactly. That's right. So we got to just stay ahead of the threats all the time.
Right, and just be aware.
For sure.
Yep. So what about the password managers? I know that's a huge thing for a lot of people. It's like every probably 2 months it feels like we're changing passwords on different sites that we visit, and it's hard to keep track.
It absolutely is, and so what I talk about in the class is what I call the spectrum. So on the one hand, you can go fast and be sloppy, or you can be really, really safe and be slow, right? And we all have to find where on that line, that spectrum, we want to be. So it's probably not good to write your passwords down, and it's certainly not good to use the same one all the time. If you can use a vault, an e-vault, that's the password manager, that's like the best way, and that'll keep you real safe, but it could slow you down a little bit. So you have to kind of find your own place on that, and we kind of go through tips and best practices when we teach that.
And how do you feel about the Safari saved or Google or Chrome saved passwords?
They're good. They're a decent password manager. They're certainly better than just writing them down or Excel, and certainly better than using the same one or somebody's birthday all the time. So they do a decent job, and then there's some really robust ones for fee that'll...
and that would be the vault?
Yeah, the vaults.
Yes.
1Password is an example called 1Password, and that's what I use.
Is that right?
Yeah, real good.
Okay. Good to know, good to know. So Laguna Woods Village history and governance and trusts.
That's a new one.
How does that tie back into
Well,
the
it's
PC
not
Club?
exactly tech, so that's a really good question. However, it's extremely informative, and it helps not just new people, but people who've lived here a long time to come up to speed on how Laguna Woods got started, what it's about, what the trusts say, and ultimately, if you want to serve on the board somewhere, how to get ready for that and how to be informed on that and educated so you can run a good, successful, candidacy. And so we've done 3 classes already. We're adding a 4th, and then we'll just repeat those and cycle through them.
Okay, let's move on to selling on eBay.
Yeah, that's
Are you teaching a class on how
right.
to do
There's one of our. He's actually a professor, and he was teaching a class on selling on eBay and just helping people on the best and fastest ways to do that. That's not a class that's offered very often anymore, but if we see demand for it, we'll bring it up again.
Sure, it's always good to know, right?
Yeah.
You never know when you find something that's like, I have no use for this anymore.
Right, and I think that in general, we're interested to know what people want to learn, right? And so we will try our best to find an instructor, an expert on teaching that class. So it's sort of a two-way thing. We offer classes, we try things. Sometimes they don't pan out. The real successful ones do, and then we repeat them every month or every other month.
Fantastic. So you helped over 1,400 residents.
Oh my
PC
gosh,
Club
Barbara
helped over
Harris, what an amazing job. Right.
Prepare their tax returns.
It was a record.
Last year.
It's never been
Congratulations.
that many. Thank you. There's the team, right? So it was an amazing effort. We had, I think, something like 40 volunteers, and just down the road here on the 3rd floor, it was just packed with people coming in to get their taxes done or to pick them up. And it was quite the process, and we're funded by United Way and the IRS. So it was a really successful program.
Wow, that's fantastic.
She does a great job.
Congratulations on that
Thank you.
achievement. That's amazing. So you have ongoing classes. PC workshop services are open free to residents and guests.
They are free, and if you go on the website, the newly created website, there's a link right on the home page that says register here and register for classes, and you can go on and see when classes are available, and then we give you handouts before you come in, and it's a really good presentation and a real good assortment of diverse subjects that are available. So
and those are all listed on the website.
They are.
So
yes,
people
they
can
are.
just choose which
Under
ones
the
they
Learning
like.
Center and under the register classes. We also have a newsletter that goes out to 2,800 people that lets them know. So if they're on distribution for that newsletter, they'll get a sneak peek at what's coming up as well.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So do you send out monthly emails to inform?
Yeah, the newsletters come
newsletter?
out once a week, and then we refer people back, and then we have our little flyers that go into all the clubhouses that talk about what classes are coming up too.
Fantastic.
So there's several ways to stay in touch.
Okay. Thank you so much. I just appreciate you being here with all your information, Gary.
Good to be here. Thanks so
Thank
much
you.
for having me.
All right, folks, we'll be back after these messages. Stay with us.